Most people think war destroys jobs, but it also quietly creates some of the highest paid roles in the global economy. Wars don't just destroy economies, they create demand for very specific skills. The current Iran conflict is affecting industries like shipping, energy, and cybersecurity. All salary ranges are approximate and shown in US dollars. Here are 10 unexpected jobs becoming more valuable during geopolitical conflict, ranked by salary. Job number 10 is a geospatial intelligence analyst. These analysts examine satellite imagery and geographic data to understand what is happening on the ground in real time. During geopolitical conflicts, governments, intelligence firms, and even journalists rely on this data to track activity and make decisions. They might monitor shipping routes, follow troop movements, or analyze damage to infrastructure. Salaries typically range from around $65,000 to $110,000, depending on experience. And interestingly, most of this work happens far away from the battlefield. Job number 9 is an export controls compliance specialist. These professionals make sure companies follow strict international rules on what can and cannot be shipped across borders. During geopolitical conflicts, governments impose sanctions and restrict the flow of sensitive technologies, equipment, and materials. That means businesses need experts who can review shipments, flag risks, and ensure they are not violating complex regulations. This role becomes especially critical in industries like shipping, energy, and advanced technology. Salaries typically range from around $75,000 to $120,000, and demand increases quickly when global trade becomes more restricted. Job number 8 is a maritime risk analyst. These professionals assess how dangerous different shipping routes are, especially during times of geopolitical tension. They analyze factors like conflict zones, sanctions, and potential disruptions to global trade. Companies rely on them to decide whether it is safe to move goods through certain regions, or if routes need to be changed entirely. This becomes critical when key waterways or trade corridors are affected by conflict. Salaries typically range from around $85,000 to $140,000, and in unstable environments, their decisions can directly impact millions of dollars in cargo. Job number 7 is a supply chain resilience planner. These professionals focus on keeping goods moving when normal supply routes are disrupted. During geopolitical conflicts, companies often need to quickly reroute shipments, find alternative suppliers, or shift entire logistics networks. Supply chain resilience planners design backup strategies to ensure products still reach their destinations despite instability. This becomes especially important when key regions or transport routes are no longer reliable. Salaries typically range from around $95,000 to $150,000, and in uncertain conditions, their ability to adapt quickly can determine whether a business continues operating or not. Job number 6 is a cyber threat intelligence analyst. These professionals monitor and analyze cyber threats linked to geopolitical conflict. During times of war, cyber attacks often increase, targeting infrastructure, companies, and even supply chains. Cyber threat intelligence analysts track these activities, identify patterns, and help organizations prepare for potential attacks. Their work supports both governments and private companies in protecting critical systems and sensitive data. Salaries typically range from around $110,000 to $170,000, and as conflict becomes more digital, their role is becoming increasingly essential. Job number 5 is a defense supply contract manager. These professionals oversee large contracts between governments and private companies supplying defense equipment and services. During times of conflict, defense spending increases significantly, leading to more complex agreements and larger supply demands. Contract managers coordinate timelines, manage suppliers, and ensure that critical resources are delivered efficiently. They play a key role in keeping defense operations running behind the scenes. Salaries typically range from around $120,000 to $180,000, and as military spending rises, so does the importance of managing these large-scale contracts effectively. Job number 4 is an energy market analyst with a geopolitical focus. These professionals track how conflict impacts global energy supply, particularly oil and gas. During periods of instability, energy markets can shift rapidly, creating both risk and opportunity. Energy analysts monitor supply disruptions, assess geopolitical developments, and forecast price movements. Their insights are used by governments, financial institutions, and major corporations to make critical decisions. Salaries typically range from around $130,000 to $200,000, and when global tensions rise, their analysis becomes even more valuable. Job number 3 is a Sanctions and Trade Intelligence Advisor. These professionals analyze global sanctions and trade restrictions, helping organizations navigate complex regulatory environments. During geopolitical conflicts, new sanctions can be introduced rapidly, affecting how goods, technology, and capital move across borders. Sanctions advisors interpret these changes and guide companies on what is allowed, what is restricted, and where risks exist. Their insights are critical for avoiding legal penalties and maintaining operational continuity. Salaries typically range from around $140,000 to $220,000. And as sanctions expand, their expertise becomes increasingly valuable. Job number 2 is a Defense Technology Program Manager. These professionals oversee the development and delivery of advanced defense systems and technologies. During times of conflict, governments significantly increase investment in military capabilities, from surveillance systems to advanced weapons platforms. Program managers coordinate teams across engineering, manufacturing, and government agencies to ensure these systems are delivered on time and meet strategic objectives. They play a critical role in turning complex defense initiatives into operational reality. Salaries typically range from around $160,000 to $250,000, and as defense technology becomes more advanced, their role becomes increasingly important. Job number 1 is a Geopolitical Strategy Advisor. These professionals operate at the highest level, advising governments, corporations, and investors on how global events impact strategy and decision-making. During times of conflict, uncertainty increases, and the stakes of each decision become significantly higher. Geopolitical advisors interpret complex developments, assess risks across regions, and help organizations position themselves effectively. Their insights can influence major investments, supply chain decisions, and long-term strategic direction. Salaries can range from around $180,000 to well over $300,000, and at this level, the value they provide is often measured in billions.